So what is operating system? Operating system is the core software that manages the hardware and the software in the computer. Okay, so there are type of operating system, that is batch operating system. जब हम jobs को batch में organize कर देते हैं, so that is batch operating system. Next is multi programming operating system, there is time sharing operating system, there is real time operating system. Okay, so these are the type of operating system. Next is user level mode and the kernel level mode. So what is that? When we write and program or when we use the computer, there is user level. When we execute that, so that process, that program is shifted to kernel level, and then that program call is called as process. Okay, so that is kernel level. So when we use, so how the context switch happens, that switching happens from user level mode to kernel level mode by system call. System call is the interrupt, you can say, when we do. So for example, you open a file, right? So that is a system call. Okay, you आपको पता नहीं चलता है, लेकिन that is a system call. Okay, so like if we use operating system, if we see operating system, there are multiple processes running in the background. So how that happens? So there is CPU scheduling algorithms for it. What are CPU scheduling algorithms? Like type of scheduling algorithms, let me tell you, that is first come first serve. Okay, first of all, then there is shortest job first, shortest remaining time first. Okay, next is priority scheduling, round robin, and there are many more. These are the main. So there is two type of like scheduling, like preemption and non-preemption. What happens in preemption algorithm? So preemption is when any process can switch any other process at any time. So that is preemption. When non-preemption is when one process will completely execute, then only other process will come in the picture. So that is non-preemption. Okay, so we calculate average waiting time and average turnaround time for these things. What is turnaround time? That is completion time minus burst time for it. That how much time is needed to complete that. That is burst time. So waiting time is turnaround time minus burst time. So these are the CPU scheduling algorithms. Next come in the picture, that is process synchronization. What is process synchronization? That there is a critical section in the process. Like what is critical section? That number of process want to access the same variable, same section. So that is a critical section. Okay, so when multiple process want that critical section, need to access that critical section, that is race condition. So for process synchronization, there is three things to achieve that. That is mutual exclusion, progress, and bounded wait. Okay, so there are solutions for it, that is two process solutions. So there are problems in these. The best solution is Peterson's solution. The next is semaphore. Okay, so there are classical problems in process synchronization, that is producer consumer problem, reader writing, and dining philosopher problem. So in dining philosopher problem, there is a problem called deadlock. So what is deadlock? आपने देखा ही होगा, जब हम कभी जाते हैं तो जाम में फंस जाते हैं, तो हम कभी कभी बोलते हैं डेडलॉक हो गया. So that is the deadlock, when no one is able to get into a thing, like कोई भी execute नहीं कर पा रहा है. So that is a deadlock. Okay, so there are things like prevention, we can prevent it, we can avoid it, we can detect it, then we can say, we can see what need to be done for deadlock, or we can ignore it. Sometimes it happens we want to ignore because there are big problems than deadlock, because deadlock अगर होता नहीं है जल्दी जल्दी. So that is a deadlock. Okay, so there is to avoid deadlock, there is one algorithm, that is Banker's algorithm. So for gate you must do practice for Banker's algorithm. Next is memory management. So what memory management is very 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 important, because हम काम ही सारा क्यों कर रहे हैं? memory management के लिए. memory management का मतलब क्या है? access time कम होना चाहिए, ठीक है, capacity ज़्यादा होनी चाहिए, और per unit storage cost भी उसकी कम होनी चाहिए. So that is a good memory management. So there is contiguous memory management and non-contiguous memory management. So what is contiguous memory management? So contiguous memory management में हम यूज़ करते हैं variable partitioning of memory और fixed size partitioning. So variable में क्या होता है कि external fragmentation हो जाती है, और in fixed size there is external and internal fragmentation. So we use to give the process कि हम कौन से process को कौन सी जगह पे डालेंगे. तो हम first of all यूज़ करते हैं हम यूज़ करते हैं first fit policy, best fit policy, and worst fit policy. Okay, then comes the non-contiguous management. So there comes the concept of paging. So we use paging, like उसमें हम page table एक बनाते हैं. So page table itself a data structure that is in the main memory. So we use page table in that, and how that page table taken, like there are entries in the page table of the secondary memory only. Okay, so how that page table entries come in how that secondary memory entries come in the page table. So we use page table replacement algorithms, page replacement algorithms for it. So there is three algorithms. That is first come first serve. Okay, next is least recently used and optimal algorithm. Okay, so these are the algorithms. So that's all. Thank you.